Hello everybody, Josh here for JDT Reviews. Thank you so much for tuning in. Before we get started, I have to say that Fotga graciously provided me with a free review unit for this video. They're not paying me whatsoever for this review, and all thoughts are my own, good or bad. Now that that's out of the way, V-mount batteries. V-mount batteries are a great tool for any content creator to use that supply plenty of power to several accessories at the same time. They can be used on their own or by utilizing the capabilities of the oh-so-versatile D-tap ports, which are located on the side of this battery here. D-tap ports are most useful when paired with a great battery plate supply system that expand the functionality of the battery beyond what a couple of D-tap ports can provide. This is the DP500 V-mount uninterrupted power supply battery plate from Fotga, and it does just that. Made of high-quality aluminum materials, the DP500 is both strong and lightweight. Its robust design is perfect for mounting the plate to a 15mm rail system to create an all-in-one portable power solution on the same tripod as your camera, microphone, lights, and monitor, just to name a few. The adjustable 15mm rod clamps works in a variety of orientations and is made to work best with any 15mm rod base plate that suits your needs. The powder blue locking screws hold everything firmly in place and add a nice touch of unique flair to the plate at the same time. To install the battery on the plate, just line up the battery with the connection on the top of the DP500 and slide it into place until it clicks. To remove the battery, press the V-mount battery locking tab while sliding the battery out of the plate. By plugging your V-mount battery into the DP500, you gain the flexibility to supply power to and manage all of your devices at the same time from a single power source. From the side of the DP500, you have the ability to power your camera, lights, monitor, and microphone through a variety of outputs. On the side of the battery plate, you have a 14.8 volt LiMo port, 5 volt 2 amp USB port, 5 volt 2 amp DC 3512 output, and two DC 5521 outputs capable of 12 volts and 5 amps, and 8 volts 5 amps respectively. Fotga makes it easy to utilize this functionality by including several cable adapters with the battery plate. Fotga also includes an AC power adapter that can be used to power the DP500 itself without a battery, or charge the V-mount battery through the correct port on the front of the device here. It should be noted that the red power button must be on in order to use the DP500. You can verify power through the indicators on the side of the plate. There are separate indicators for power, charging, and a full charge indicator. At first, it seemed odd that they didn't just have one power indicator, but it soon became clear that the design allows you to hot swap batteries without cutting power to your equipment. Now, this isn't a true battery hot swap, but there is only one mount for a live battery. But it does allow you to plug the plate into an outlet so that you can swap out a battery while maintaining the power to all of your equipment. It's more of a house power hot swap. On the back of the DP500, there's a belt clip adapter and a male V-mount adapter for even more flexibility in your setups. From my time with the DP500 thus far, I really have had no issues providing the power that I needed to the devices that needed it. The build quality is excellent, and it's versatile with its ability to mount it anywhere I need. And it doesn't get terribly hot while running all of my equipment at the same time. The DP500 has done an excellent job so far of maintaining the correct voltages on each port. Obviously, you don't want to fry any of your electronics in your setup with voltage spikes, and the DP500 has done that very well. Despite all the positives that the DP500 brings to my setup, there are still a few things that could be improved upon or wants that I have put on my wish list for an even better battery plate. First, I noticed that when locking the rod clamp to any angle, the locking screw interferes with the LiMo port and the USB port. The tab, when tightened, interferes directly with any cable plugged into those two ports. It may be possible to take the tab off and turn it 180 degrees, but I've yet to try that. Secondly, the power supply that was included with the DP500 had a very noticeable hum to it when plugged in. I'm unsure if this was due to a defect in the power supply itself, or if it was just a cheap power supply from the get-go. But it worried me enough to warrant using a different power supply altogether that I trusted more. And it was UL listed. Regardless of why this is happening, you should always use a UL listed and properly rated power supply in all situations to avoid starting a fire. Your equipment can be replaced, you can't. Third, though there are plenty of outlets available to use on the DP500 itself, I would love to have the ability to utilize the D-tap capabilities that the battery has. Whether that's done through adding a DTAP port to the DP500 plate itself, or allowing DTAP ports on the battery to be used while attached to the plate. It would be great to be able to use the DTAP cables and adapters that I spent so much money on prior to having the DP500. Overall, I'm really happy with how the DP500 has performed for me so far. I find myself tinkering away a lot with my setup and trying to find a good way to minimize the footprint of it while maintaining full functionality and versatility. Ideally, I would eventually get things down to 1 or 2 tripods with everything on them that I need for my shoots. Utilizing 2 of the DP500 plates with 1 on each tripod might just be the answer. If you use V-mount batteries regularly or just learning about and getting into content creating, the DP500 is a must-have accessory to support your setup. It's certainly proven to be a very useful tool for me, and I'm sure I'll continue to use it over time. Anyways guys, that's my quick review of the Fotga DP500 V-mount battery plate and power supply. Thank you so much for checking it out. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe and leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.